Alright, so today is February 10, 2026. Let's look at ES. So we had yesterday we had a spike up and P-shaped profile, right? So we broke through the couple of resistance areas that I mentioned in the morning, and now we are we tested 7,000, then we couldn't get any higher, so we have this P-shaped profile with a spike. If you project from here to see what would it look like to have a balanced profile from here, we get a 7,045 as our target, which is our all-time highs. But when you have a day like this, the rule says that if you're trading in the, of course, above above this distribution is the most bullish scenario, and if we start trading inside the spike, there's a high chance that we will retrace the spike. Not start trading, but start putting volume inside the spike and accepting inside the spike. Accepting means like trading there for a while and with volume. Of course, we have all this area of previous acceptance for the past several weeks. And this is a big magnet, this 69.45. So if we start accepting below the overnight low inside the spike, then I will look for a move down to 69.45 and then see if we can have some continuation to the downside to test the low side of the spike, and then repair some of this trending session poor value like I mentioned yesterday, and test this 6,900 level again. But for now, we just saw this morning that we attempted to break down below the overnight low quickly. There was no continuation. We came back into the same area we've been trading since yesterday afternoon, or actually since yesterday morning, right? And so for today, the scenarios are well, first of all, we have a bunch of economic news coming up for the next 3 days, so could be that we just keep doing nothing and waiting for those releases. That's one possibility. The bullish scenario, which this is right now, is looking a little bullish, but we'll see. But it's breaking above yesterday's high and holding that break, which target the upper levels. 70.10 is that first target to the upside, and then we have all these highs, as I mentioned yesterday, that are very vulnerable. When you have a bunch of highs all like that all together, there's probably a lot of liquidity here. So the other scenario, which I was saying is that nothing happens, so that in that case I would look for likely a break of the highs and then a failure to hold above it, and then a return back into this 69.85 area, which is the 5-day point of control right now. And then just balance around here, attempt to break lower, fail, attempt to break higher, fail, and then we can just fade the edges if that's the case. And like I said before, the bear scenario is trading inside the spike. That's about it. I don't really have much expectations for today. We could see another squeeze, just attempt to break higher and then come back into the 70.10. That's another possibility that I didn't mention, but literally we could have all the scenarios today. So Just be prepared. NQ.
Silver volume.
So NQ has been weaker, as I mentioned the other day. Is finding some resistance here in this 25 450 area to 540, right? So I'm watching this right here, from here to here. I'm watching this area and seeing if we hold this, but if we break it and we start trading above the 550-ish, then I'm gonna be looking for a move back into the 20-day point of control at 25,700. Gold just can't get to that 5120. It keeps selling right before it. It's been a little sluggish getting there. It looks like everybody's watching that area and it's getting a little crowded. So when everybody's on the same side of the trade, it becomes harder to get there, right? So it's having trouble, but it's looking like it wants to get there. If it gets above there, there's still some resistance here. Look, all this area is very thin. You know, there was a big rejection of this area, big sell-off. So I would expect some sellers still in this area. So we'll see. Silver. Similar scenario, is trying to get back above to the upper side where it broke from, but again, all this is just like there's no really one area where we are seeing much acceptance. Silver had some consolidation up here, so I mean, it's looking like it's slowly grinding higher, but still has a lot to go until it gets back up there, if it does. Crude, keep going back and forth through these two distributions, so it's you can see that this is forming as a profile. I mean, I honestly don't have a target here, but like you can, I mean, if you're trading crude, you can look at this 6520, the 6420 and 6320, all the 20s as targets to the upside and to the downside. Those are the magnets for the time being. We'll keep getting some volume coming in at those levels for some reason. So if you're going, if you're day trading it, you can use those as target. But if you're in the longer term, I mean, it looks like we're in a range with some resistance at 66 and some support at 6160. Alright, I think that's about it for today. Good luck.